It's the end of spiritual season. What does that mean? The end of spiritual season means that we are summing up all the lessons we have learned as humans, in not only in this lifetime, but in all the sum of lifetimes we've ever lived on planet Earth. The end of spiritual season is like a great exam. A great exam for us humans to see how did we do? Can we graduate? Planet Earth is not an easy school. Many great ancient civilizations have been talking about this time. You see, the Mayan calendar has come to an end with 2012. And all these great civilizations, including indigenous peoples of the world, African tribes, Native Americans, everybody who is tuned into cycles, into cosmology, into the stars, into the earth, they know that we live in the end of times. Even authorities on our planet are aware of that. That's why they feed the minds of the masses through mass media, TV news, fear. Because they know that as long as you are in fear, you're easily manageable. So the graduation is about awareness. How high is your awareness? What is your state of consciousness? Are you in fear or are you peaceful? What decisions are you making? Are you making sudden, unexpected decisions based on fear that will give you short-term relief, but they are not beneficial long-term? So all the great civilizations knew that we live in the end of times. And it's not the end of time because there's going to be an apocalypse. There's not going to be an apocalypse. But what is happening is that we are closing the chapters of what we've lived. So everybody is going through tremendous transformation. Everybody on our personal, individual level are going through intense, deep transformation. Yeah, you probably noticed something is going on. And as on individual level, so on the global level, we've seen planet Earth started changing after 2012. Great protests erupted all around the world, across countries. Natural disasters, volcanic activities, earthquakes where there weren't any, floods, fires, and so on. Planet Earth herself is going through transformation herself and is in fact going through death and rebirth. Everything here dies. Death is an illusion. You cannot die. Oh my god, so cute. I have to show you. Look how cute is that. Oh, so cute. Okay, where were we? Everything dies and rebirths. But you, my dear love, are eternal. You have always been and always will be. When you go to sleep, where are you? Do you exist? Yes, you do. You do, because you always are, and that never changes. The body is just a suit. You'll drop it. It serves you well until you drop it. Once it has served its purpose, you drop it. And those people who have near-death experiences, who have gone beyond what we experience as real reality, it's not real reality. This is like a veil of tears, an illusion that we created for ourselves. So once you wake up, that's why awakening is called awakening, because when you sleep, you can dream so many things. And by the end of the day, when you wake up, You become aware, oh, this was just a dream. It's not real. And it's exactly the same mechanism that is at play when generating this reality. So you wake from a dream into this reality, and this reality is not real reality either. And there comes a time in everybody's life, maybe not in this lifetime, maybe in some other lifetime, when we awake from this reality and realize that this is a dream too. Everything is generated through the mind. This reality is also generated through the mind. That's why Buddha says all it's mind. Nothing is solid in that sense. And we are only projecting outside of us what is inside of us. Spiritualism means that we need to deal with things we haven't dealt with. Yeah, every one of us have some kind of an area of life that we haven't mastered yet, right? Whether is it relationships, whether it's career, work life, finances, whether is it health. Yeah, we all have something that we still need to work on. And even though of my things, I have my subject, I haven't mastered my area of life. And it just seems to go deeper and deeper. That's why bad things seem to happen to people these days, because it seems that the darkness is raising its head, but it is not so. We are simply uncovering what is unconscious on individual level and so globally. So what is literally happened this last few years is that collective unconscious is starting to be seen. Why are we seeing so much darkness in the past few years? And great transformation is about to come in the upcoming year. I don't want anybody to freak out. I don't want anybody to be afraid, but we are going through intense global transformation. And so each individual is going through intense personal transformation. And planet Earth is now in the outer space, traveling through areas we have never been before, where our solar system has never been before, and the frequency is getting higher and higher. Light, in other words, right? Nikola Tesla calls it light. Nikola Tesla says everything is light. Or was it Tesla? Was it Einstein? Was it Buddha? Some of these guys. Everything is light, and everything is frequency. Think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, right? So what is going on is great news. The frequency is rising. There is good news, great news. More light on the planet now than there has ever been. And as the yin-yang symbol, black and white, right? The brighter the light, the darker the shadows. And it seems that the shadow is raising its head. And it is, because when there's too much light, the darkness objects. And that's what happened 5 years ago. What year is it? 2025. And it will be ongoing until we own our reality. So be courageous, be fearless. And know that everything that's going on, it's simply uncovering the unconscious. Personal unconscious in all the people, collective unconscious. And it's an opportunity. It's out there for us to see it. You can only solve problem once you see it. It's great news. And what the transformation will be is a planet with a higher consciousness, with more light and higher awareness the Earth has ever seen in the entire history. It's great news. And what is happening right now, a lot of people, a lot of souls are leaving the Earth plane because of the spiritual season. And that can be understood simply in a way that not everybody wants to go on a roller coaster. Grönelund, how do you call it? Amusement park, right? Some people love to go there and love to go on the roller coasters. It's so crazy. Feels dangerous, exciting, right? And not everybody is up for it. And that's not a bad thing. So the end of spiritual season is the most important time we live in. Many people say, it's the end of spiritual season. They say, what a time to be alive. Well, it's exciting, definitely, but not easy, because all the things that we have hidden from ourselves, all the things that we pushed down, that became unconscious, are now bubbling up and are here for everybody to see and to deal with. So be courageous, follow your heart. The way is through the heart. Listen to your intuition, not the news. No need to turn on the news and shake in front of TV in fear. I never had a TV, for a reason. Would you want a stranger to knock on your door and then you open the door and the stranger just... Would you allow that? No. A stranger to threaten you or scare you? No. Then, my dear friend, why do you turn on TV? You sign up for it yourself. Oh, but if I don't watch the news, I will not be informed. You're not being informed. You're being trained. All the school system and everything in society is designed to train you, to train your mind in a certain way. To believe that this reality is real, that you are small. No, you are God. You are a piece of God, a piece of the Creator. You are a Creator who incarnated himself into a small little human who has the mind that can create and manufacture anything you can imagine. And that's one thing that powers that be don't want you to be aware of. So don't listen to the news, listen to your heart. And I wish you all well on your own journey at the end of spiritual season, with this intense, deep transformation that we are all going through as individuals and globally. We have the opportunity to raise to higher levels of consciousness. And so is the Earth. The Earth, Mother Earth, planet Earth, is a life, is entity in itself. And she is also going through death and rebirth herself. And she is reaching higher states. And she's kind enough to host us on her back to join the ride. Are you joining in and becoming aware? Turning your eyes towards solutions, towards goodness, towards health, wealth, well-being, connection, cooperation. Solutions, not fear. So we have a choice. Everybody on this planet has a choice. We, as individuals, and so every single organization, institution, industry, government has a choice to either align with integrity or get off the face of the planet. And that is the deal. So let's raise our awareness, raise our hearts into greater heights. Fear or peace. The opposite of fear is love. So in each moment, in every situation, and with every thought, you can ask yourself, am I at peace or am I in fear? And remember, decisions based on fear are the worst decisions we can possibly make. I love you. Be courageous. That's why I also started a YouTube channel. Hello. Do whatever you can to stay on this planet for the transition. I know it's not easy. Graduation time is high intensity time. But once we go through this transformation, how does the high consciousness planet civilization looks like? There are no diseases, no tyranny, no control. There is abundance, unlimited abundance, in health, wealth, well-being, and cooperation. Free electricity, free energy, free healing, and creative cooperation. This is what a healthy society looks like, and this is where we are heading. So we don't want to be afraid and divided between each other. We want to cooperate. This is a good time to form communities. So ask yourself, where do you want to live? How do you want to live? With who? What do I want to do? Where do I want to be in this time? I love you, family, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.